sequel to the previous episode. And speaking of sequels, today we'll be talking about sequels.
Yes, and how...
Yeah, we're gonna be talking why.
Yeah.
Here's the sequels that we'll be talking over: product sequels, movie sequels, and game sequels. And why is it hard to make a good sequel? So, do you want to start us off with product sequels?
Yeah, so an example of a product sequel, and now you might be confused when we're referring to product sequels, but Apple.
Yeah.
So now, again, I'm not trying to shit on Apple, but let's be honest, every new model is just one new feature, just one semi-exciting new feature, and all the diehard Apple fans just buy it. Oh my god, it's so hot, Apple's new phone. Oh, but really, I think personally I would appreciate it a lot more if Apple just took more time into developing their phones, and just took more time into developing their phones.
Yeah, like they spent time to make something new instead of just basically
copy pasting the same thing with a slight alteration.
Yeah, like more memory, faster RAM or whatever, and a new camera.
Yeah, it's like minor bug fixes. It's like the updates you get in Warzone. It's like
except it costs
$600
$600 like each time.
And then in the patch notes, minor bug fixes.
Actually, no, yeah, that's actually a really really good example. Like it's like bug fixes, but you have to pay $2,000 each year for like a small improvement.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna talk about movie sequels. So movies are known to have a lot of really unnecessary movie sequels. Like, for example, if you watched Mulan, you may be aware that there's a Mulan 2, and it fucking sucks.
What is the point? No one knows.
Yeah, like the movie by itself was it's a good movie, right? It has a good ending, happily ever after. The girl proves that girls are good, just as good as guys, and basically, like, you don't need to make a sequel on that. It's a standalone film. Or like, for example, Rio. If you watched Rio, they get saved, live happily ever after. Why do you need a Rio 2, 3, and 4?
Yeah, it's well, is there 2, 3, and 4?
Well, there's a 2, maybe a 3. I don't remember.
God knows at this point. But that's in summary. That's just explaining about, or that shows. God damn it, I can't speak. That shows how some sequels people just made because the first one did well. It made money.
Why not make 4 more?
Yes, that sounds like a great idea.
And that actually goes right into game sequels. Games are known to have so many sequels that are just so goddamn bad. Like, okay, Call of Duty. We're gonna shit on Call of Duty. This is shit on Call of Duty time.
Part 9.
Part 9, depending when the episode comes out, it'll be part like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9.
We've done so many of this, but it's always just
shitting on Call of Duty, part 4. Yeah, so it's basically like, sometimes they do good sequels like Black Ops 2. Like, storyline wise, it's one of the best sequels ever. But then they just do complete shit sequels, like, for example, Black Ops 4, where it didn't even have a storyline. It was barely even a sequel. Just the name was Black Ops, and that's it.
Yeah, that's why I think people, when they see money, they just kind of just shit their pants, like, oh, we need more of this, we need more of this.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about games and game company producers and stuff. You know, they just chase money, and that's once they see like a good product or a good game that
a good formula,
a good formula that seems to make a lot of money.
Watch the Call of Duty formula, please. I need views.
Yeah, yeah. They just redo it over and over after seeing how much money it makes, and so that's just a bit annoying about games. Now there are some games that indie games, especially, like, they may not be the best, but that's because they have the smallest teams ever, and some indie games are actually like way better than these giant AAA games.
Yeah, I know. Like, for example, No Man's Sky. There we go. No Man's Sky, a great indie game. People poured their hearts out. Like, they spent 3 years, spent all of their money just to make that game. And even when the game failed at launch, they still spent countless hours fixing the game. So I mean, they actually poured their hearts out. That's not really a sequel, but that just shows that indie game developers need to actually try to earn money.
Yeah, AAA games just we have a fan base. They're gonna buy it. They're a bunch of morons.
They're gonna buy it and then realize it's bad, but at least they bought it. No refunds, haha.
Yeah, and that's what kind of annoys me about franchises like Treyarch for Call of Duty. They just do it over and over again.
So why is it hard to make a sequel? Like, pretty straightforward. Just continue the story. Well, I mean, sometimes the story ends in the game and you're forced to make a sequel. Like, for example, Black Ops 1, the storyline kind of plateaued, so they had to make a new villain like 20 years or 40 years later. So, I mean, I'm talking about Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, by the way. So, like, Black Ops 1 had the story end, and then 40 or 50 years later, everybody's retired.
Yeah, that's why I think some sequels like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, they were not so much Black Ops 2 because that was kind of a solo game, but Black Ops 2, for example, right, was a great sequel, and it didn't really build onto the story, did it? But
no, it did. It did. Like, it had characters from the original
but
story.
at least it like lived up to its name. You know, a sequel has to be at least just as good as the last game or better, and that's what makes sequels so hard. There's actually an expectation, and I know what you're thinking. Like, in general, movies obviously games they obviously have an expectation, right? But with sequels, there's a more clear expectation. It's
yeah. I mean, like, for example, whatchamacallit, Infinity War or fucking Endgame, whatever it was. Marvel's Endgame and Infinity War. I don't fucking know the names. So basically, those two, they had high expectations and they actually met those expectations. It was a good build-up, good ending, and I like how they split it into two movies. Like, instead of doing it money-wise, it's just so people don't have to sit for like 4 hours watching a movie. So it's like in 2-hour segments. So I mean, that's respect on them.
Yeah.
So that's about it. Like, a good sequel captures the imagination, keeps the heart of the story, and doesn't just repeat the same old shit over and over and over.
Yeah, and if you're like an indie game developer, or you're just thinking about sequels in general, a sequel has to be at least just as good, if not better. Otherwise, it has failed, and it's
Otherwise, you shouldn't even bother.
Yeah, you always want a sequel to be. Well, it's obviously you want it to be better, but you never know, right? So your best bet would be just
don't make a sequel.
Yeah, it's kind of a gamble again. But if you have a good story and if you've consulted with many people and you know it's a good sequel, then you might as well go for it because. But don't make a sequel with the intent of earning money.
Yeah, make a sequel on the intent of making a good story. Like, if they made a Minecraft 2, I just uninstall Minecraft and never touch it again.
What's the point of Minecraft 2? It's.
Or like Among Us 2 was canceled because the game developers realized that it would be a heartless, like, sequel.
Yeah, those are just examples.
Yeah. So anyways, see you guys in the next one. I don't know what else to say. Stay hydrated, wear a seatbelt, don't do drugs, and
be nice to other kids. Okay.
Don't look at little kids if you're over 40. Bye.
Later.